Welcome clients and guests to my YouTube channel. I'm Jason Cerro and I'm a licensed professional counselor. My videos are designed to educate and empower you to make informed decisions about your mental health. If you want to watch my latest videos, subscribe and be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. If you happen to like this video or learn something, be sure to give it a thumbs up because it really helps my channel. Have you ever said to yourself or to someone you know, "My partner doesn't understand me. My husband doesn't listen to me. My wife doesn't pay enough attention to me. My boyfriend or girlfriend and I are not communicating well"? If you answered yes to any of these statements, watch this video at least twice, comment below, and ask any questions you may have. Love languages. Most of us have heard of the concept, but you may not recall what they are. Gary Chapman wrote a wonderful book called The 5 Love Languages many years ago, highlighting the various ways we show and receive love and how to tend to our intimate partner's needs. If you have ever been in a relationship or you are in a relationship, then check this video out and I will give you a better understanding of what your partner is asking of you so that you can have a better communication, understand each other's needs, and have a more intimate relationship. By the end of this video, you will have 5 strategies to use with your partner that will bring you closer and have more loving interactions. Is your partner asking you to watch their favorite show with them, work on a project together, or go out and have a nice lunch together? Or how about they talk your ear off and just want your attention? Well, if that's the case for you, quality time is really high on their love language list. They love spending time with you. They also appreciate the time and effort put into that time together. They often want to really prioritize much of the energy towards each other and deepening the bond. An example of this is if you were to take a walk together, most of your attention would be on the conversation, not you checking or watching your phone. If you're watching TV, skimming emails, and mindlessly scrolling on Facebook, this does not constitute quality time. Number 2 on our list sounds a little like this. Can you cut the grass? Empty the dishwasher, vacuum the house, go to the market for me, make me breakfast in bed? Well, if you hear these types of requests, you're probably with someone who values acts of service. This type is often task-oriented and wants each day to be productive. Worker bees who slow down for no one. This is not to solely suggest that they are requiring you to do tasks, but this type is typically someone who can accomplish a lot of tasks and sometimes has a difficult time asking for your help. They are very capable people and can accomplish a tremendous amount, and from what I have witnessed through working with them, can be either expecting their spouse to do just as much as them or believe they are the only ones who could do the job right. They often wake up in the morning and say to themselves, "I'm going to complete all of these tasks and that will be a productive day for me." A sense of satisfaction and self-worth is often associated with task completion. This type can sometimes be raised by task-oriented parents who place a strong emphasis on always doing things in and around the house. Oh, and by the way, there's a right way to do these things. Later in the video, I will provide a useful tip on how to show this type that you recognize their efforts and want to take some responsibility off their plate. Does your partner ask if you think about them? Do they value your presence and your consistency of showing up and being dependable? This is referred to as the gift of self. Maybe they surprise you with concert tickets to your favorite band or buy you some nice jewelry or even flowers. Gifts are probably the most misunderstood love language that I come across when working with couples because most view gifts as tangible things only. In fact, it is you thinking of your partner that is mostly cared about, not the actual gift itself. Again, there is nothing more powerful than showing your partner that you see and think about them. Gift givers or receivers are people that will love receiving cards or sentimental items like trinkets from a thrift store, or even something as small and inexpensive as a diamond ring. Gift givers are very thoughtful partners and try to demonstrate their love by having the element of surprise with their gifts. Gift givers will often tell me they get more satisfaction thinking about their partner's reactions to the gifts than actually giving them the gift. Conversely, gift giving can be misinterpreted when it is used to express an apology after a fight or argument because they often have not learned the required combination of words and gifts of healthy repair. If you're giving your partner a gift and it doesn't impress them in the least, well, you really don't understand what hurt them and should communicate to get a better understanding of their viewpoint. However, if, for example, you write them a nice note or card and give them a gift that fits the situation, then you are demonstrating to your partner that you, in fact, are thinking of them and you understand your role in the conflict. Speaking of communication, does your partner compliment you or tell you you look beautiful, handsome, or hot? I know you're going to do great on your interview. Your cooking is amazing. I love being with you. Thank you for showing support and being there for me. They love feeling understood and receiving recognition for a job well done. Words of affirmation are what I call the cheerleaders of the relationship and really value the spoken word. I find this type to work well in groups and on teams and have experience with team sports growing up, where cheering a teammate on, especially during pressure moments, is the norm. Partners who use their voices and words of encouragement are a unified team and understand that you're only as good as the weakest link. So the success of your partner translates to the overall success of the relationship. Words have powerful meaning, and they are usually very intentional about the words and phrases that they use. Physical touch is probably the most polarizing love language because of our beliefs about sex and physical affection. Most of my clients think of sex first when this type is discussed, and it does include sex, but it mostly involves the physical affection that provides a closeness like no other. The power of putting your hand on another is, in my opinion, the essence of team and partnership. If your partner likes to cuddle on the couch, be physically close to you, hug, hold hands, physical affection is high on their list. Clients will often tell me that when they don't feel good or even emotionally safe, all it takes is a simple hug from their partner, and they feel so much better in such a short time. The touch and attention you provide your partner during crisis or while feeling upset sends a message that you see them, hear them, and are communicating a sense of safety and security during a vulnerable time. If you don't know your partner's love language, just pay attention to the things they're complaining to you about, and that should lead you to the answers. If they're not complaining about anything and you don't know their love language, well, you either have a communication-less relationship or your partner is very content with the status quo. And if this is the case and you're listening to this, you are most likely unfulfilled with your romantic relationship. One who requests nothing often gives in equal amounts. Let that one sink in for a minute. Now that we have a better understanding of the love languages, it is time that I give you my suggestions for how to communicate each of them so you can have a more fulfilling relationship. With quality time, since your partner really enjoys your attention, be assertive and plan out an activity that they would really enjoy doing that would show them how much attention to detail you gave it and the effort involved. Do not involve them. Remember, your partner wants to be seen and valued, and this is a great way to acknowledge them. Set aside some time to have fun and meaningful conversation. Ask your partner the following questions. What is your favorite way to spend the evening? What was I wearing when you first met me? What turns you on? What are some important events coming up in your life? What goals or dreams do you have for us and our future? Really listen to and appreciate your partner's responses. Don't be satisfied with one-sentence answers. Ask them to elaborate or clarify what they're saying. Ask for more detail. Really engage and demonstrate to them you want to learn more about them, even if you've been married for 15 years. Remember the same message. I see and appreciate you. With acts of service, you are going to take a responsibility or two off your partner's plate. Examples include telling your partner they have a few hours to themselves. They don't have to worry about taking care of the kids if you have any. And yes, you have to feed and entertain them. I'm talking to many of the dads out there. Another tip is to take on a task that your partner does regularly and complete it how they would want it completed, and provide the reasoning of why it's a good idea for you to take it on from now on. For example, you can express how taking this responsibility off their hands will free up more time to accomplish something they have been talking about doing recently. The message is always the same. I see and appreciate you. On to words of affirmation. Set out to do both the spoken and written word. Thank yous and genuine compliments provide such a noticeable emotional boost. We tend to have increased self-esteem when someone genuinely compliments us and we feel valued and appreciated because we feel like we matter. Pay attention to what makes your partner feel good about themselves and compliment them about it. Not only compliment, but tell them how much you respect and even admire them for it. It's often believed that if we give too many attaboys, that the person will somehow regress or go back to doing what they were doing in the first place. In my experience, it does the exact opposite and encourages them to keep doing well whatever it was they were being complimented about. And for the written, send an email so they receive it first thing in the morning, or write a note and place it on their car windshield, or even write a message in a card and give it to them when they least expect it. The message is always the same: I see and appreciate you. For gifts, I believe in showing your partner a greater understanding and appreciation of who they are. Get them something meaningful, like a picture of them with their children, friends, animals, or even at some event they attended. Show up. Attend church with your partner if you normally don't go. Join them in a workout or yoga session. Play golf with them. Remember, these are things your partner does and you would normally not be part of. The message is always the same: I see and appreciate you. Physical touch. To show this type you are prioritizing their needs, my advice is to initiate foreplay or sex and to go out of your way to demonstrate affection by holding their hand while relaxing together or giving them a hug and a kiss every morning or night for a week. Also, ask them why physical touch is so important to them. Even if you know the answer, the message is always the same: I see and appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and as always, be where you are. Be resilient.